morning. Cheers. I think I'm gonna need a spoon for this. That is really good. I think I've finally recreated my perfect smoothie recipe. It's really similar to a smoothie bowl that I used to love to get at Jamba Juice. It's like strawberries, bananas, peanut butter, almond milk. Also put in a scoop of my chocolate complete plant-based protein powder that I really like. And then I actually also blended in some granola just to I like to do it so I have granola in every single bite, because then, I don't know, there's like a crunch in every single bite and it tastes really good. Anyways, so I feel like I'm just trying to start this morning healthy. This pregnancy has definitely been different than my twin pregnancy. I honestly would have thought that being pregnant with one baby instead of two babies should be easier, right? But I don't know. I mean, every pregnancy is different. Everybody has said that to me. So I wasn't, totally surprised that they are in fact different pregnancies. I mean, overall, it is still a smooth pregnancy. I didn't have morning sickness. I had just a little bit of nausea at the beginning. And then as far as the second trimester, my nausea completely subsided all the way until last week. And then I actually did get sick last week, but I am pretty sure that it had to do more with food poisoning. So now I am not eating seafood for the rest of my pregnancy because we went out to a place that had seafood and I'm pretty sure it was just undercooked. So anyway, I had a week that was not so good. I just was tired and, nauseous and stuff. And anyway, luckily I'm feeling better this week. I'm recording this video at 25 weeks pregnant, or 25 and a half weeks pregnant. So I'm getting close to the third trimester, which is crazy. And yeah, I definitely feel like I have a big bump. Compared to when I had my twins, I feel like it looks the same to me, compared to the pictures of when I had my twins. I was taking weekly pictures of my pregnancy back then, and I have not been taking hardly nearly as many pictures with this pregnancy. I think it just has to do with I'm a lot more busy now because I am a mom of twins, obviously, and I think that's also a huge part of why I am more tired throughout this pregnancy. Not just last week, but just in general. I feel like the tiredness has definitely been hitting me more, and I think there are a few reasons for that. Even though I have been pregnant before and have had twins before and had a rock star pregnancy full of energy and made it all the way to full term with them, I still think that the reason why I'm more tired with a singleton pregnancy is because I'm a few years older than I was when I had my twins. Not that that should make a huge difference. I'm still relatively young for somebody who's about to have their third child, for sure. But with that said, I'm definitely not in as good of shape as I was when I was pregnant with the twins. Back then, I was going to the gym all the time. I was going for walks every single day outside. I lived really close to my parents, so I was able to hang out with them, and my mom was super encouraging. We'd go for walks, and she kind of encouraged me to get out of the house, especially when you're working full time. It's easy to just sit all day, and it's really important to just get out and go for walks and stuff. And I feel like that's another thing that's been harder about this pregnancy is we live in West Virginia now. We moved from Colorado, and I miss Colorado so much. I mean, I was raised in Colorado my whole life, so it's a really big shock to just switch in general, to move somewhere else that's outside of a place that you grew up your whole life, and not just within a 45-minute radius, but 22 hours away. So the weather is totally different here. It rains every day, which has been kind of depressing. I don't know. Colorado, we don't even get rain there. We get snow and sunshine. And even when it's snowing, the sun is still shining. So yeah, it's, it's been hard to adapt to that. I don't know. It just makes me appreciate the sunny days even more. And I actually got together with a group of mom friends just in the last week or so. And a lot of them, I was asking them their opinion, why is this pregnancy different? Why am I so much more tired? I'm just having a hard time getting in my groove and trying to be in that mindset that I know I love to be in. I mean, if you've been watching my channel for a second, I'm totally a positive minded, go-getter. I'm always full of energy. I'm always on the bright side of life. I always choose to look at the positives. But yeah, when it's like pouring rain every day outside, it's a little harder. And so yeah, I just have learned to appreciate the sunshine even more. And some of the moms that I was talking to, they recommended just like getting outside, soaking up as much vitamin D as I can. I've been trying to do that the last week or so, and I feel like it actually has really been helping me, and just move a lot, like going for walks and things like that. Like I said, you know, we moved, so my mom's not here to like go and encourage me to go for walks with her all the time. But I talked with my husband about it, and he's been really trying to, like, in the evenings, like when he gets home from work, we're like, okay, family walk time, and we'll get the kids out, and they love it, especially like on the days when it's nice out. And yeah, West Virginia is so weird. Like the weather, it's like cold and rainy and windy every day, and then all of a sudden you have a day that's like 75 degrees. And like I'm filming this in the morning right now, and it's like literally like 65, I think, outside. It's so warm, and it's April. Like it feels like it should be in the middle of summer, but then it's gonna go back down to like 30 next week. So I have no idea. It's kind of wacky weather out here. But yeah, so in general, if I were to compare my twin pregnancy to my current pregnancy, I would say my twins pregnancy was easier. It was my first pregnancy. The other thing that I'll say that is really relevant to having this be my second pregnancy is that I'm definitely carrying really low, and all of the last couple of ultrasounds that I've had, we had our anatomy scan, and they didn't quite see all the angles that they wanted to see because of the positioning. So we got to have a second ultrasound, which was really exciting for us, because with my twins, I got to have an ultrasound every single appointment. Whereas for a singleton pregnancy, you only really get like 2 ultrasounds. Like you get the very first one when you find out, you know, if you're having like 1 or 2, and you get to see the heartbeat and stuff. And then you have the anatomy scan, and usually that's it. So it was really special that we got to have an additional one post anatomy scan at like 24 weeks, and I got to see him again. And yeah, both of those scans at 20 and 24 weeks on the ultrasound, he was really low. And they said, you know, this is really common when it's your second pregnancy, because I guess if it's your first pregnancy, then you're less likely, you know, your body is literally like learning to stretch out. And especially because I had twins, like they definitely stretched everything out. And then now having one, like theoretically he has room in there, and therefore gravity, you know, pushes down. So therefore he's low. So yeah, I hope that makes sense the way I described it. I gotta eat more of this. This is so good. But yeah, so basically because of the fact that this little guy is sitting way lower in this pregnancy, I've been having a little bit more like back pain and hip pain and just like pressure because of like his positioning. Also, he is a kicker. Like seriously, he is moving constantly. And so, like, especially during last week when I wasn't feeling as good, it was really not helping. I was like, calm down in there, please. But a moving baby is a healthy baby. So I was really glad every single time that he's moving, just to know that he's moving and he's healthy and he's functional and all of that. I think that those are all really good signs. And I mean, I think also the main reason why he's moving so much is probably just because, again, there's room in there because there were twins in my tummy before. And I don't know how it works after pregnancy, like how small it gets, like how small the space gets, or if it like stays stretched out or whatever. I don't know how that works, but my guess is that because, again, the twins like gave him a lot of space, he's able to like move around and kick more. Whereas the twins, they were, you know, pretty much like in their position, and they weren't able to move a whole lot. Like they were literally yin and yang in my tummy. One was head down and one was head up, and their feet and their heads were basically like right next to each other for the majority of my pregnancy with them. And they stayed in that positioning all the way until they were born, which was after 38 weeks. With twins, that's like unheard of to go that long. So that was amazing. And it was a planned birth. So I kind of wonder how much longer they would have stayed in my tummy if we wouldn't have had a planned birth. But yeah, the doctor was like, you're good to go. They're both 6.5 pounds. They were both good sized babies. So I do also wonder, like, because of that, how big this baby is gonna be. Like if he's gonna be similar size. I mean, I'm pretty much trying to eat all the same stuff as what I ate when I was pregnant with my twins. But I do think my lifestyle is different now. So yeah, I don't know how much that impacts it, but yeah, I think overall I'm just going with the flow, trying to stay positive. And yeah, I think also I've had a little bit more of like stress and emotional anxiety, and of course like the hormones make everything feel a lot stronger. But yeah, like to share a life update, I lost my job a couple of months ago, and I feel like everybody I know in the tech industry got laid off at the same time, so I wasn't super surprised, but it really sucked. And so I pivoted and was looking for a job, still am technically looking for a job. I've been interviewing, but haven't really found the right fit yet. And on top of that, I decided to get my real estate license. So I actually just officially got my real estate license, which is really exciting. I pretty much just studied really hard, did the online class really quickly, and took the test, passed it first try for both the national exam as well as the state portion, which I was really thankful for. And then of course, in addition to that, I actually am excited to be rolling out some new things that are going to be coming to my channel in the coming months. So stay tuned for that, because I have so many ideas and I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. So I'm really excited to share what I have coming. But with that said, yeah, just I think the stress and uncertainties of the job situation has been definitely tough. And even my husband has had some uncertainties with his job, which is the job that we moved here for. And that wasn't supposed to happen. It was supposed to be solid for like 10 years. But any job, I guess, you know, can have funding issues depending on the economy and all of that stuff. So anyway, luckily right now, he seems good for now. Thank goodness. It's been a wild couple of months and it's been a wild ride. So yeah, experiencing all of that while being pregnant has also been definitely weighing on me. I feel like it's also been hard for me to like sit down and talk to you guys and like do a life update video and like share, you know, everything that's happening, because I think so much has been up in the air that I'm like, if I sit down and start talking, I don't even know where things are going. Like, I don't even know what to say because things are changing every day and we're moving forward. And I'm just, like I said, we're pivoting and trying new things. And it's definitely a humbling learning experience. And I've been praying a lot and really just connecting with a lot of the moms that I've met out here. I've been so thankful to meet so many amazing moms in this new area that we moved to. That's one thing that I'll say I'm so thankful for, is just being able to find a community pretty quickly after moving here. And everybody here has been so welcoming and everything. So we feel like, you know, we've been here for a while. But like I said, I definitely also still miss Colorado. So we're going with the flow. If there's any other updates to share, I'll definitely try to keep you in the loop. If anybody caught it when I was actually doing my gender reveal video here on YouTube, I recorded the conversation when I called my husband to let him know that the gender results were in and asked him if I should open the email to like find out the gender together, because he was traveling at the time. And literally when he answered the phone, I was like, hey, guess what? And he was like, you got a job offer. And I was like, not that. A couple people have mentioned to me that they caught that in the video. I did not address it until now. So yeah, that's why he said that. Oh man. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to always ask questions, especially if it's mom related, pregnancy related, travel related. I'm also going to be doing a series about the expenses associated with travel and budgeting for travel, because I think that's something that I really haven't touched on my channel yet. And I would really like to share that. A lot of people have asked me about, you know, how do you guys travel so much? And even in this stage of life where things are uncertain, you know, financially and stuff like that, we're still trying to make travel a priority, because I think it's really important for kids to see other parts of the world, and also just for like ourselves and my mental, you know, state. I think it brings us so much joy to go on adventures and explore. And so Matthias and I just recently got to go on a baby moon, which was really special. And additionally, I took the girls to Disney World a couple months ago. We were in Colorado for Christmas, and then we're gonna be in Colorado again for my brother's wedding, which is coming up in the summer, and I'm so excited for that. I'm also going to be visiting them later this month to help my mom celebrate her birthday. And so, yeah, there's just so many things that are really important to us about travel. And so we still make that a priority. And even when we were like still kind of like living like broke college students, even back then we traveled a ton. It's a lot different now with 2 kids, and especially with this third one, like planning ahead. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do for Christmas this year. We might just stay here, or we might spend a little bit of time visiting family in Germany, because we did that for the first 2 years of the girls' Christmases. And then we were, of course, in Colorado this last year for Christmas, because my parents wanted to see them for Christmas. And of course, we really missed Colorado, so that was perfect. But yeah, so I don't know what the plan is yet, but we're definitely trying to budget for flights in, you know, a pretty high time of the year to go over to Germany. We'll see. I'll keep you updated on if we decide to do that and everything. All in all, I probably just went on way too long about all the life updates and things, but I think, you know, all of that is relevant because it has to do with my mental state, and I think that has a lot to do with how this pregnancy is impacting me, just because there's so much more uncertainty and there's so much more up in the air. And I'm just trying to really intentionally be positive and focus on the good things that we have in our life, and the relationships that we're so thankful for, and our health, which is hugely amazing. And the girls, oh my gosh, the girls are doing so well in preschool. They are just growing up so fast, and it's crazy, and they are healthy and fully potty trained. And I mean, we haven't even had an accident in months now, so that is so good to say, because we had a little bit of a regression, at least for one of the girls. And so it's really good to say that they are both like 100% potty trained, no doubts, no accidents. It's really good. That's how everything's going, and I'm just going with the flow and praying and hoping that wherever life takes us, it's gonna be great. I feel like this is kind of a common theme in our life over the last few years, of like not knowing if we were gonna like lose our apartment because our house that we were renting got sold, and then not knowing if my husband was gonna lose his job in Colorado, which at first he didn't, but then 6 months later he did, and then I got my job, and then I lost my job, but then he had his job, and like right now his job is certain-ish, so it's been a wild ride. Yeah, we're just, like I said, going with the flow and praying a lot. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for having a smoothie with me. I'm gonna finish this. I feel like I haven't eaten as much as I wanted to because I was talking to you guys, but I'm gonna eat this now because it's really, really, really good. And I will talk to you later. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that you subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.